Hey guys, welcome back. All right. So today you guys wanted to hear about should you do intermittent fasting as a woman over 45 for weight loss? I hear this one a lot with women. They're confused, they don't know what to do, so they'll try. One of the things they try is usually cutting calories super low, cutting carbs, or intermittent fasting are the ones I hear the most. And in theory, if you go by the calories in, calories out model, or I'm going to get into the benefits of intermittent fasting too, because there are some. But a lot of women are thinking, okay, well, if I just don't eat until noon, then I'm eating less calories overall. So that should make the difference. Or they're thinking that they're experiencing some of, the benefits of intermittent fasting, which these studies have largely been done on men. Men and women have very different bodies, and you cannot just extrapolate that data over to women. It doesn't work that way, especially as women in perimenopause with these hormonal fluctuations. It's like apples to oranges, totally different ballgame. Or you may be thinking, well, when I was younger, I did it and I would lose some weight. Excuse me. The thing is, women's bodies when we're younger, we're able to handle a lot more. As we go into these hormonal fluctuations of perimenopause, our bodies are more sensitive to stress. So we can't handle what we used to. So one of the issues with intermittent fasting is thinking it's a game of calories in, calories out. It is not at this age. At this age, it is a hormone communication issue. So, and I want you to, and I know that's hard for women to wrap our heads around, right? Because we've been told this for years, like feel the burn, calories in, calories out, burn off more than you take in. Like we've been told this. I have been too. I've been in it myself for years. So we have to first wrap our head around this. And I think one of the best ways I can sum it up, and I really hope you take this in, is that you cannot starve your way to hormonal health. You cannot. We have to give our body what it needs at this age. And oftentimes that's eating more than what we're used to or what we think that we should. And I often say the biggest path to overeating is undereating. Like a lot of women will do this. They'll skip breakfast or have just coffee, which is also a big no-no at this age. And then you're having food cravings, you're starving later. And then by the time you get home from work at the end of the day, you're like, screw it, I don't have time, I don't care. And then you just eat whatever and start fresh the next day, right? And the cycle continues. So at this age, it is not a calorie problem, it is a hormone communication problem. So I'm going to break down for you real quickly why intermittent fasting is not good for weight loss for women at our age. When we are waking up from sleep, cortisol naturally rises, and that's one of the things that helps us wake up. So it's a good thing, but cortisol is the stress hormone, and it is famously known for putting fat right on the belly. Now, cortisol is tied to blood sugar. As women at this age, we are much, much more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations. So what we want to do is we don't want to let that blood sugar get out of control, because if we don't balance that blood sugar first thing in the morning, what's going to happen is we're going to have cravings in the afternoon, we're going to have low energy in the afternoon, and we're going to have excess hunger later. Additionally, that can mess with our sleep at night. When we don't have good sleep at night, then the next day our hunger hormones aren't regulated, and we can have excess hunger and again, more cravings. So this is basically like a 24-hour cycle. It's not just eat one meal and I'm perfect, or I'm going to eat this many calories and I'm perfect. It's basically a 24-hour cycle that we're eating for. So one thing impacts the next. So the simplest way to deal with this is within an hour of waking up as a woman in peri or menopause, you want to have a breakfast that includes at least 20 grams of protein, ideally 30 grams of protein. You want to have some nice healthy fats, and you want to have some fiber. That is going to help balance out your blood sugar, which is going to cut through the cortisol, which is the hormone known for putting fat on the belly, that menopause belly, right? And that's going to help to balance our blood sugar later in the day. so that you are not having cravings mid-afternoon, so that you're not having excess hunger later, and so that you're not crashing and burning at 3 p.m. And it's also going to set you up proper. You've got to do it for each meal though, but it's going to set you up proper to have a good sleep at night. You're not going to be waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. You're going to be able to sleep through the night because you've balanced your blood sugar properly, starting with breakfast. Like, it all works together. I think a lot of these plans, or I don't think I know, a lot of these plans, it's like putting a Band-Aid on something. Well, we don't want to put a Band-Aid on it. We want to fix it for good. So we got to get to the root of it. And to get to the root of it, we need to really understand it's a hormone communication issue. So we just have to eat in a way that gives our hormones the proper signals. And those signals are going to give us good energy. They're going to get rid of food cravings. They're going to get rid of excess hunger. And our body's going to be so amazing and tell us when we've had enough to eat, and we're going to feel satiated. And on top of all that, when you've got that locked in, it's going to signal to your body to unlock fat loss. So we got to dial these things in first. And then the fat loss is a side effect. But guess what the good news is? When the fat comes off this time, it stays off and you continue to feel good and balanced. And you don't need to use willpower because you're not fighting excess hunger and you're not fighting cravings, right? So like I said, it's a root cause approach. And this is one of the big things. And I see it with women, and then they get frustrated. They're like, well, I was doing intermittent fasting before it worked. And so now I'm doing it until 12. Maybe I'll keep doing it till 2 p.m. Maybe that'll work this time. And it's just all these extremes. And it is not necessary. Women are out there making themselves miserable for no reason. You can and should be eating plenty of food. But it really is important to kind of wrap your head around that it is not a calorie issue. It's not. You can't starve your way to hormonal health. It's about giving your body the right foods at the right times so that it signals properly. And when that's dialed in, yes, your body will unlock and release excess body fat. And then the new food that you're intaking, it's going to burn it off efficiently. Like, it's not going to be putting it into fat storage. It's going to be burning it off, right? And it's long lasting because you feel amazing. You're eating plenty. Oh, before I forget, guys, I put together a free guide for you. See, I almost forgot. A free guide for you on fat loss exclusive to women over 45. If you want the guide, just comment below guide and I'll send it to you for free. And that's, again, more pieces of this puzzle to help you realize that it is a hormone communication problem, not a calorie problem. And intermittent fasting is not good for women at this age. And if you think you're super busy in the morning, prepare something at night, take it with you in the morning. Like, there's always a solution, right? And once you get in the habit of doing it, it becomes second nature. But the thing is, you're going to feel so good and your waist is going to start trimming down that it's not going to be something that you're going to easily forget, right? Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. Any questions, let me know. And again, if you want the guide, I put it together for you women, especially over 45, who are confused and frustrated and kind of thinking you're doing everything right, but they're not right for this age and they're not right for this sensitivity of our hormonal system. But there is absolutely a way to work with it. I've done it with women time and time and time again. Obviously, I did it for myself too. So comment guide, and I will send you the full fat loss over 40 for women, over 45 for women guide. Anyway, hope that helps you guys. Questions, let me know, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.